make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Herbert off of play action. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. From the 50, here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun, Herbert on third down. He's going to let it go end zone for Allen. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, 36 yards. And the Chargers have got it back to within a score. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Running on first down, Eckler. Down inside the 40.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So first and 10 now from the 30. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Hopkins' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Gunn and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Charger drive about to get going. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the third quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Troy Hill picks it. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Buying time to his left. Man open is Robinson. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
Ready. 59.
A give up the middle to Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Here's Stafford. And he's got it. That's Cup for a Ram touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Herbert back to the air. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown, LA! Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well. The rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. In this deficit, he might need to score a couple more times to give them a chance.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well-timed effort there by Derwin James, a sack from his safety position.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Out of the gun, Stafford. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. It's hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Stafford now to throw. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson on the receiving end from Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Throwing again on second down. Herbert. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's got him in. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. On the return, Carter. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw. Yeah. And my goodness, another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Now I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
53 yards rushing for him now to this point. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the give, this is Akers. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear.